banging in the pool. A fucking orgy going on in the pool. Gotta clean the pool.
Yeah. If the movie has any redeeming quality whatsoever, it's his fucking role. Crapulé.
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 This whole story is crapulé.
Good evening, Sucksters. Welcome to episode 17 of What the Suck. My name is James, and with me always is my badass co-host, Chris. How you doing, brother?
Doing good, man. Doing good. How you doing?
I'm slightly recovering from last week's movie.
Oh, I done drunk that movie out of my memory.
Although
so
I know I gave it
go.
a brown turd, but
I still can't believe that shit. I cannot believe a brown shit.
After thinking back on it, I might have gave it a little bit too much.
Oh, you might have been too nice to it.
I might have might have went axe to the chest, but you know what? I'm just gonna leave that be.
It's there for posterity now. There you go.
Anyway, this week's steps up a notch in the entertainment value as well as production value.
This is number
17.
17. That's right.
Episode 17, and we are doing 2015's Lavalantula.
I can't believe this is a 2015 film. This is a year after the film
but
we did
this
last
is all
week.
they got to get on board with all the giant python, giant crocodile, giant this, giant that.
This is part of the Sharknado universe.
I know.
Yeah,
it's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
Lavalantula.
Sounds like a sandwich.
Yeah, no shit. It is directed by Mendez? Yeah, Mike Mendez. Writers Neil Ellman, Mike Mendez, oh God, directed and written, Ashley O'Neil as well. Starring, and yes, you're hearing this correctly. I'm going to run this down because I call this movie Police Academy 12, We Need Jobs. Starring Steve Guttenberg.
The Goot.
As Colton West, a.k.a. I just call him Mahoney.
Yeah, Mahoney.
Nia Fine-Ass Peebles as Olivia West.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Rennan, which is the, you'd recognize him from like Sandlot and stuff like that. He was that crazy redheaded kid.
Yep.
Carlos Bernard, Michael Winslow, the sound effect man.
Yep.
Marion Ramsey, who you will also know as Hooks.
Mm-hmm.
Hooks! Freeze! Leslie Easterbrook. Oh my God, Leslie, what happened? Ralph Guzman and Danny Woodburn, a.k.a. Littlefoot.
That's right.
Yes, sir. And we got a host of other smattering of other motherfuckers, but it really doesn't matter because we did have a couple of, there were a couple of cameos in the film, of course. Mm-hmm. One by Ian Zerling of 90210 fame.
As his character from Sharknado.
Yep, that's it. And the rest of them, I don't really give a fuck.
Don't fucking care.
I'm looking, and no, none of them. Nope.
Yep. Okay.
All right. The synopsis is simple. Hang on just a second. Shit. And reads as such. Volcanic eruptions in Los Angeles unleash a swarm of gigantic lava-breathing tarantulas. I love the concept, but it is actually not lava-breathing. They are fire-breathing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They do, they're like molten lava guts. I mean, they're made of like molten lava.
They have lava in their system, yeah.
You can see them glowing and shit. They look like Godzilla when he got supercharged and shit.
But they breathe fire, yeah.
But they breathe fire, which is fairly awesome. You know, I thought, hey, it's going to be all right. But the fact that the movie was instantly charming to me because of the fact that they revived the entire cast of Police Academy.
A third of them, anyway.
All the ones that are still alive. Unfortunately, like Tackleberry's dead, Hightower's dead, G.W. Bailey, who played Captain Harris, he's dead.
Yeah. Are they all dead?
Commandant Lassard, he did.
I didn't realize. I know he was old though, but I didn't know the rest of them were dead. I didn't know Tackleberry was dead.
Yeah, G.W. Bailey, we just recently lost him. He wasn't too far.
When did Tackleberry die?
Tackleberry,
he was young.
I think he had problems.
That makes sense. Okay.
Unfortunately.
Well,
I mean, beyond his character, but
yeah. Okay.
Now who's fucking a chicken? Ugh. Damn it!
Get off my dick. But I do want to say first, you call it Police Academy 12, We Need Jobs, or 12?
Yeah.
Okay, and that seems very appropriate at first because but I just want to let people at home know. Yes, Gutenberg's in the entire movie. Guten's in the entire movie. He's a star.
Yes, he is.
But you only get a brief cameo from the blonde lady.
Yep, Easterbrook,
and Winslow and Hooks are only at the very beginning and the very end. So
well, they kind of mingled in there a little bit, but
not very much.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, so you're not going to see. Could have been cooler to see the three of them take on the spiders.
Yeah,
you don't see that. It's mostly Goot.
Well, you get a little bit of that, but we'll get into that.
Yeah, I just want to let them know at home so they're not thinking that because we call it Police Academy 12 because it has the actors that they're going to see them through the entire movie.
Yeah, exactly.
But let's go ahead and get to the review, shall we?
Let's do it, brother.
All right.
A recent swarm of earthquakes has been rocking Southern California.
Spiders. And I saw spiders the size of men painting on hoods and spitting fire out of their mouths.
Have you been drinking again?
Hey, stop!
In other news, 90s action hero Colton West has apparently hijacked a tour bus.
Thank you very much.
We got a problem up ahead.
What the hell is that? No fare, no ride.
Awesome!
Full power.
This is gonna get bad really fast.
You want some of this?
You mess with the wrong house.
Get off the street!
I'd love to help you, but I got shark problems right now.
Man, I'm gonna say I'm not disappointed.
Okay.
I wasn't completely blown away, but I did enjoy the nostalgia of seeing these old characters around because it kind of dug up some good memories.
Okay.
You know,
Police Academy.
totally unrelated shit, but I love Police Academy.
First 3 movies are fantastic.
Yep. So what we do is we open up with Mahoney getting an absolute ass whooping. We're like, what the hell's going on? He's bleeding and all this
Being
shit.
tortured by beating himself, getting beat.
But come to find out, he is a 90s action star in this movie. And they were actually filming a scene. And he goes to do something. And he blows up a nitrogen cartridge or something. And blows down the set. And they're like, cut. What the hell?
Yeah, he gets smoke blown in his face, but the smoke malfunctions and he starts choking on it.
Yep. So they end up wrecking the whole set. He gets pissed off, starts to walk out, and the director says, "If you leave, you're done," and blah blah blah. And he's like, "Come on, man."
Yeah, they said they got to shoot scene 48. He's like, "No, that was not on the schedule. I got to take my kid to a baseball game.
Yep.
That's not on the schedule. We got to go." What I do want to say is there is a line during that argument where the director is telling Colton Mahoney.
This is why I have him here, folks.
Where he's telling Mahoney that he's past his prime. He's like, "Look, you're past your prime. Red Rocket was 10 years ago.
That's it."
And then he says, "Clown Cops was 20 years ago," which is a reference to Police
Clown
Academy.
Cops,
I fucking love it. I love it. I was like, "Oh, that's great." Yeah,
that was good.
Because you cannot miss on the Clown Cops reference.
Nope, you can't.
But
and then so he hops in his little Kia and takes off.
I do want to say also at this point when he says he's taking his kid. Okay, so they're doing that whole get up where he's an absentee father, and so he's trying to make up for it. He's trying to do better. He's leaving work even though he's not supposed to go take his kid to a baseball game. He's trying to be there for his kid, And he on the way there, the wife calls him. Nia Peebles calls him.
Nia.
And I'm thinking, okay, he's trying to take his 8-year-old son to a baseball game. He wants to be better for his kid.
Yep.
And then they cut to the mom talking to him, or the wife talking to him on the phone. And then you see the son, and the son's like fucking 20.
He's like 20.
I'm like, what? What are you talking about?
Yeah, he's like an older teenager, 17.
He's supposed to be
something
16,
like that.
but he's like he's fucking 20.
Yeah, he does.
And I'm like, no, dude, you missed your chance. He's fucking
Yeah.
20. You should have did that when he was 8.
That's it. And
Yeah.
then what happens is when he's on his way home after that, he hangs up with him. He gets another angry call from his agent. Who is Littlefoot.
Love Danny Woodburn, man.
Yep.
He's
great guy. Great guy. So he gets a call from him, bitching him out, saying, you can't leave and all this shit. You just walk off the job. I stuck my neck out for you, motherfucker, and all this shit. Now, I will notice that. I added the motherfucker. There's barely any cussing in this movie that I could see.
And there's no RTs because this is a sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
It was on cable, so you can't have any of that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, which sucks. You know.
But you know what? Honestly, I gotta say, I did not miss any cussing in this movie.
Nope.
Like none of the scenes that happened really
They didn't really need it.
Yeah.
It was funny without, needing cuss words to make it
No,
funny.
I didn't need any of that. It worked perfectly
There's
fine.
a lot
as it
of
was.
times, yeah, you're right, man.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times these shitty movies need the cussing and the snarky comments and the RTs to save them basically from turning them the fuck off.
And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that you and I do have a fondness for the Police Academy movies and sort of kind of Gutenberg as well, from like Short Circuit and 3 Men and a Baby and what was the other one? On Golden Pond?
Yeah.
No, not that one. Cocoon.
Cocoon. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I'm thinking of a different old geezer film. But yeah, so and he still has that sort of same Mahoney charm that he had in those movies, and so like it.
Well, it's nice to see him get work again.
It doesn't need cussing
because I haven't seen him in anything since. To be honest with you,
it's been a long time.
Yeah. Well, what's good about this, first of all, we get, the phone call. We get the brooding teenager sitting in the corner throwing a fit. Mm-hmm. So he just decides, fuck it, I'm going. But yet he doesn't go to any baseball game.
No.
He basically takes off with his fucking friends on bikes.
Yep.
That's the last you see of him for a little bit.
His other 20-year-old friends.
Exactly. Now, the good thing is, it doesn't take long for this movie to get into action.
No.
8 minutes into this movie, I believe it was the Santa Monica Mountains explode in some horribly CGI'd shit.
Yeah, shitty green screen. Shitty.
But so funny. Explodes in volcanoes and bam, all of a sudden lava spitting tarantulas are fucking everywhere.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And what's cool, because Gutenberg sees the first one, he's walking down the highway after he gets out of his car.
Yeah.
And this fucker, you see this shit, so you see it coming out of a vehicle. You see the lava dripping over the side, and you're like, what the hell's going on with that? And all of a sudden, here he comes. And what's funny is he jumps up on the side of a truck, and naturally some unsuspecting asshole's just standing there and gets rocked.
I do got to say that I am a little disappointed because I get that they're supposed to be Lavalantulas. They're not like a real spider species. But
yeah.
After seeing how well the detail on the ants were in Dead Ants, I was kind of expecting a bit more. But then again, this is 2015. I think Dead Ants was 2020.
These fucking lava-filled, iron-plated tarantulas, man.
Yeah, I know.
Bad.
I guess I'm expecting too much, but
I get it. That's all right. But that's okay. But I put in here that, like, these spiders are everywhere, and there's no death yet, unfortunately. Yeah, the one guy in the green shirt got hit, but you don't really see anything. But what's funny is, and I'm wondering if you noticed this too, there was one spider that had a guy pinned up against his car, and I swear to God, it looked like the spider was trying to fuck him.
I missed that. Yeah, I missed the spider fucking.
He wasn't biting him or anything. He was trying to pump that ass. That was fucking hilarious.
Well, maybe because we do know later that if they bite you, you get infected.
That was true. But the thing is, it wasn't biting him. The head was up here, and the ass end of the thing was moving like he was trying to fuck. If you watch it again, just watch that one part, and you'll die laughing. It's freaking hilarious. So, Gutenberg, in a panic, gets away, gets back to his house, where his wife is panicking. What the fuck you doing? Where you been? Blah, 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 and all this shit. And he's like, honey, I love you. And he's actually putting on a fairly decent act here. He said, I love you. get all the shit, get the fuck out. I mean, it's obviously this is a comedy horror. It's not
Right.
meant to be taken serious in any
Not
way, shape,
in,
or form.
I mean, was it the title Lavalantula that made you think that, or
I don't know, man.
or what? What was your first fucking clue?
I have no idea. But anyway, what's hilarious, he goes into the closet, he gets his shotgun, he's telling her to pack everything, go find the kid, get the hell out of here, go to your mother's or whatever. So, does she listen? Hell no. Women don't listen, especially in horror movies. You know,
Especially in horror movies.
that's
yeah.
why guys get killed, because they go back to save the women, and they get roasted, and the women always get away.
Dumb.
You know. But I said, charges into action in his Kia, which, if you don't notice, if you look real closely, when he's driving off, apparently they didn't want to pay Kia for the branding rights to the movie, so they actually blacked out the I in the middle of it. He's in his car.
It's in the car.
He's in his car.
The car.
He's in his car.
Drive the car.
So I just put on here, I just said, just leave your ball sack in the mailbox, dude. You're done. You're charging into action with a shotgun and a Kia.
No, a car.
A car.
Yeah.
And a car and a shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
Which ain't too bad. So en route to said spider invasion, he pulls up, and much like the movie Volcano, if you ever saw that, he gets out of the car because there's a big ass hole in the middle of the fucking road.
Right.
And he's like, what the hell's going on here? Then he looks down and his feet are melting. And then all of a sudden his tires pop on his damn vehicle. And I'm like, son of a bitch. And it wasn't even that hot. So he takes
Apparently
off
it
on
was,
foot. All of a sudden he just takes a left and goes right up the hill. Whoop, and he's gone. And you're like, what the hell's he doing? Now, during this time, you know, Peebles is still trying to make phone calls. She's at the home. Oh, Nia. That girl's fine. She's still good looking. But I laughed. I said, but man, you know, she's sweet, but man, she got some veiny ass boobs. I think she got some bolt-ons.
She had some work done.
I think so.
Oh, yeah,
they
for
didn't
sure.
used to be that big.
Nope. That's some work right there.
But that's all right. I ain't judging. She looking good. But finally, she's on the. As a matter of fact, she's on the phone with Leslie Easterbrook. I call her Sergeant Big Titty Callahan.
Callahan. That's right. I couldn't think of the name, but Callahan. Yeah.
I had to look it up. And I'm such a fan, right?
Well, all you remember is her tits. That's all.
Well, anyway, what's funny is, poor Miss Callahan. She ain't looking too good.
She looks rough.
Yeah.
Rough.
Well, they're sitting there talking on the phone to her, and she's like a neighbor. Like right in the area, she's a neighbor. She's talking to her, and all of a sudden, one of these, she's walking because she smells smoke, and they committed the sin. But you know what? It's all right. I'm gonna let it go. They're talking, and then we cut away, and I'm like, ugh, fuck, what's going on here? Then you got your teenagers running around. They're looking at a sinkhole. You know, oh, that's peculiar. And then it almost kills them because the spiders start coming out. So they haul ass.
Yep.
Then it cuts back over to Callahan's house when she's talking, and all of a sudden she pauses and she walks over because there's smoke coming from the kitchen. She's like, "What the hell's going on?"
That's
here?
peculiar.
They go in there and there's this barbecued stuffed animal on the floor.
Oh, I think it was her cat or something.
It was
right?
a dog.
A dog. Okay, yeah.
But you know, they kill the dog. That's the cardinal mistake.
You know what, man? She was calling the dog's name. I don't remember the dog's name, but
Yep.
they should have called the dog Tackleberry.
Tackleberry.
That'd have been fantastic.
Oh, that would have been. Oh my god. No shit. But so, you know, but anyway, she's dead. So what happens is at 1720 we finally get
Kill.
One.
when the lava spider that melted her fucking dog comes down off the roof and blasts her right in the face with fire.
That was pretty cool.
Basically melting a hole clean through her head.
That was awesome.
And Big Teddy Callahan is already out.
She had like 2 minutes of screen time. That was
She just needed rent money.
Yeah, that was it. Enough for more Botox.
And that pissed me off. I was like, no, damn it. So anyway, we go back to the teenagers running again, and as they're running away, they get stuck around this hole. And the girl falls down and gets drugged back by something, and the guy comes up and grabs her. I think their son, dumbass.
Yeah,
I don't know what
their
his fucking
son.
name is. Comes up, grabs him, starts pulling her forward. She's like, something bit me.
Something bit me. Okay, Forrest Gump.
Something bit me. Yeah, no shit. And then they run off. No other story. You know, they're just running from spiders. Then we jump scenes again to Mahoney out there hitchhiking with a shotgun strapped to his back.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
And I'm
that.
like, what the hell? I said, ain't nobody gonna pick you up, dude. That's freaking stupid. But what's funny is he flags down a Hollywood tour bus.
Oh yeah.
And
right.
driver Joe gets out.
Yeah.
You know, bus driver Joe. That's his name. His name is Joe. So he coaxes him into taking a selfie or a picture of him.
Yeah.
In front of the van. And he says, just move over there a little bit. This motherfucker jacks the damn bus.
Takes a whole fucking bus.
Takes a whole fucking bus full of tourists. Mm-hmm. And they all think it's part of the act because they all recognize him as an action hero and all this. And they're out here, and this freaking Japanese guy's like, Banzai! And he's hollering and shit. And it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Now, we go back to the teenagers.
A lot of jumping around.
Back to the teenagers. And they are trying to get into this warehouse. And 3 of them successfully make it to the ramp. And then we've got one dildo left over. And he's going to try to jump using these boards that are on a dumpster. So he tries to show the fuck off, only to be met in midair with a full-on
jumping spider. Yeah.
By a tiger, takes his ass down for...
Kill 2.
Now, you don't actually see him die, but you know he's dead.
Well, and let me emphasize this. It doesn't matter in this one if you don't see him die because, as we see later on, the second the spider touches your body, you go up in fucking flames.
You go in flames.
You're fucking dead. So you don't even have to see.
Exactly.
Because it's not like a regular spider where if it jumped on him, he might have had a chance to wrestle it and survive.
Yep.
You're human combustion at that point.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you're fucking dead.
It's instant fire.
You're dead. Yeah.
Instant fire. There's no chance whatsoever. And then so they get inside the warehouse and they go to close, and you see this spider, of course, in the foreground. It's like the camera's riding on its back.
Yeah, it's like a GoPro.
And they try to close the door, and right as they get that done, some other little long-haired douche.
Yeah, his douchey friend.
He gets squirted with lava
on his arm.
It sprays him, and he gets on there, and he's just standing there. He's like, ow.
He doesn't try and pat it out.
He's not patting it out or doing jack shit.
Nothing.
He's just standing there burning like, dude, it hurts. No shit, motherfucker. You're on fire. You know, so
and
they
probably on drugs.
Yeah, they eventually do put it out. So, and then we go back to Mama Nia, back to her house. So she, you know, since the lady stopped talking to her on the other end of the phone, she went to find out what happened, and finds, old Big Titty Callahan on the floor, on fire, being eaten.
Yep.
By this lava spider.
And they're like, hey man, there's a lot of plastic in this bitch.
And then she comes out of the house, and I said, oh, thank you, Jesus. She's running, and so I put boing, 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 boing.
So you see Nia's Peebles?
I see Nia's Peebles, man. I put boing times 5 on here. I was just going to say it. And then it's pretty good. So then we get a little idol worship on the bus. So we get Sandlot Boy, as I call him.
Yeah, I love that guy. That guy's awesome.
He comes forward, and he's like, dude, this, that, and he wants to help him. So basically, he attaches himself to Gutenberg for the next 30 or 40 minutes of the movie, pretty much. Yeah. So I call this basically a B-star extravaganza. I mean, it's full of B-level stars and stuff like that who collectively were in great pictures that people loved, but separately never really did anything themselves.
Right.
Never starred in their own projects. Now, en route... where I don't have no idea where the fuck they were going, but spiders.
They were going to get Goot's son.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's right. Because he texted him.
Because he said that the wife told him that he went downtown with his friends to ride bikes.
Yeah, let's go downtown during the volcanic explosion. Way to go, dumbass.
Yeah, so he's heading
downtown
downtown
at the time, but still
to find his son. That's why he took the bus.
And then we have spiders attacking the bus. That's freaking awesome. I mean, what's funny is they what is it? Yeah, there was one of them came up on the side. And he's like, switch places, and he's like, switch places. So he puts the redheaded kid, he puts Sandlot Boy in the driver's chair, and the spider's like right outside the window.
Yeah.
So that gives him time to grab the shotgun. He goes, no fair, no ride. And he blows the spider's head off.
Yeah, trying to be a one-liner. Yeah.
Yeah, no shit. No fair, no ride. Bam, gone. And then we go back to the teenagers running. They're going into like what looks like a cafeteria or something, trying to evade spiders. And the girl's like bitching about her leg hurting and all this shit. And then we go back to Mama Peebles, who is still in Leslie's house.
Still.
And all of a sudden, here comes that spider that was jumping on her, comes after Nia, and the bitch can fight.
Yeah, somehow she doesn't.
I mean, she pulls out a claymore. I mean, I didn't remember if this was like her house. She went back to her house.
She did.
Okay.
Because she started.
Those were the action weapons from his movies
because there are posters next to them.
Right.
Yeah, because there's like 4 or 5 framed weapons from
That's
different
right.
movies. And so she starts busting through the glass to use each one against the spider.
What's funny, she hits him with a claymore. She draws that big ass claymore sword.
Yeah.
And goes to chop the spider and brings it up, and like the tip is
It's melting. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so it goes for the Chinese throwing stars. They just bounce off.
right off. Yeah.
So she eventually elbows the fucking thing. And it comes up the wall at her, and she karate kicks it because she is a Taibo instructor. I think,
somehow
or some shit.
doesn't catch on fire.
Doesn't catch on fire, but she karate kicks the shit out of the spider, sends it spiraling, and then elbows the glass next to her. Actually, no, the spider charges her.
Yeah.
She ducks it, and the spider breaks the glass.
Yeah.
She tried to break the glass.
She couldn't do it
With it, and it hurt her elbow.
Yeah.
So the spider slammed it, broke the glass to the snub shotgun, and she grabbed that thing and wasted that bitch. So that was good. You know, and I think CGI must have been about 75% of the budget in this movie because
for $1.75. Yeah,
it was everywhere.
It was
everywhere
and not very good.
Yep. So what happens? We go back to the bus. There's another bus on the front. They're still screaming and acting crazy. And this is what's happening. There's a lot of screen jumping here, but at least the scenes are making sense. You know, they're explaining
they're
3 different stories at once.
Things, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what happens is there's one of these spiders that won't come off, and all the people have come down from the top of the bus because the spider's on top. So they slam on the brakes, and the spider goes flying off the top in front of the bus. And then here's the funny part. He slams on the gas and hits the spider, and you don't see any guts or anything. But what's funny is when the bus comes to a stop later, there's an imprint. There's a black spider on the front of it, like
like
a powder burn.
Yeah, or like a cartoon. Yeah,
it looked like. And I was like, holy shit! And it was eating through the bus, the acid or the lava or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So he's like, hey, this melting to the. You smell something? Hey, wait a minute. What if it hits the gas tank? And they're like, holy shit! And they pull over, and like 5 seconds after everybody gets off the bus and starts running, the bus explodes. So I'm like, oh, great. So now we're saved. Because the National Guard shows up, all 6 of them. I was like, holy shit, that's pretty funny. And like, okay, you 2 go over here, you 2 go over here. And they split up in groups of 2s and took off. You know, 6 guys are going to take care of all of Los Angeles.
It's the Delta Force, I guess.
Pretty damn funny. Now, that scene doesn't last too long. Because once they split up, they go their separate ways. And then we get downtown where Gutenberg and all the other tourists have gone their separate ways, but Sandlot Boy staying glued to Gutenberg's ass the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So Mahoney and the boy wandering down the street, they run into Pirate Jack.
Oh, yeah. This guy's hilarious.
Who is funny. He is funny as shit. And then all hell starts to break loose. And there's a little part that people will notice. Some people might get it, some people don't. A globe falls down off the top of a building and starts rolling down the sidewalk. And there's a guy in a leather jacket and a fedora running in front of it, like the opening scene from Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah, I remember
and
that.
he actually gets run over.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
So I thought that was pretty good. So now, at 37 minutes, this is when they're downtown, we get what I call a string of kills. Mm-hmm. Because you can hit the kill, or you can do the DJ mix on the kill button because it kills. It takes out a newsman and a cameraman because they're sitting there covering it, and then we've got Samuel L. Jackson.
From
the
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction Samuel L.
Yeah.
And I said, no, not Samuel L. Jackson.
But you know what sucks? He didn't get a chance to go out saying, motherfucker.
Exactly. That would have been perfect. And then, like I said, we got a guy in a banana suit. There was a guy in it was a banana suit and some other fruit, I think it was, a piece of watermelon or something. I mean, and then there were just miscellaneous pedestrians getting whacked in the streets. But there was probably like 10, 15 kills in the span of a couple minutes there. I mean, they just started
So do you want
killing
to do 10 kills in this one?
You can do that.
Okay, hang on. Where we at? We were at 2 before, right?
We were at 2, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kill 3. Kill 4. Kill 5. Kill 6. Kill 7. Kill 8. Kill 9. Kill 10. Kill 11. Kill 12.
Awesome.
All right,
Yeah,
so we're caught up now.
massive. And then we had one last guy that absolutely, I died laughing. He was a cosplaying guy wearing a black spider outfit.
Oh yeah, and then he had like the silly string.
He had the silly string. He like, ha! He assumed this threatening defensive posture, and he sprays this bullshit at the spider, and the spider just takes him out with a flame burst. And then what's funny is he ends up as a black spider imprint on the wall.
Yeah,
that was funny.
And that is
Kill 13.
Yep. Now, then we go back to our boy Mahoney, who is in a dead-ass sprint running with no shotgun in his thing. I don't know if you noticed that.
No,
no shotgun in his thing. He left the
missed
bus
that,
with
yeah.
the shotgun.
I missed that, yeah.
But all of a sudden he's running, so it's a continuity problem here.
Was that before or after the shotgun got melted by the spider?
That was before.
Okay, gotcha.
That was before. He didn't have it with him.
Okay.
But then all of a sudden, the next scene, he was running with no shotgun, and then now all of a sudden he has it.
So continuity.
Because he was running down there, I mean, hands empty, hauling ass, him and old Sandlot boy. And then all of a sudden he's got it. Now, this part cracked me up. Because in the middle of all the bullshit, they're trying to get the hell out of downtown. He's shooting spiders. And then I said, to the pirate mobile. So Pirate Jack brings his big white ass Cadillac with a big Jolly Roger flag.
His damn boat of a car.
And they jump up on it. Oh my God. This is funny. Now, I don't know how many people are going to get this reference. But they're hauling ass down the highway. Just not much going on, but they're on their way to the La Brea tar pits for some reason. And I think it's to go see that doctor.
Yeah.
But what's funny is, did you hear him when he says, "Oh man, look at that! They took the blue oyster bar out."
Yes, I did see that. Yeah, I hear that. Yeah.
Now, if anybody knows that, he said, "I used to love that place." The Blue Oyster Bar in Police Academy was a gay bar.
That's right. It was.
Dun, 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 dun.
That's right.
You know, they keep getting caught, and at the end of the movie, those guys get caught, and you hear them scream. Ah! It's hilarious.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. The Blue Oyster.
Yeah, I heard that, dude, and I just died laughing. I was like, holy shit, this is
classic.
Awesome.
That's great.
So, now, the spiders, as we notice, are getting bigger and bigger, of course.
They are.
Don't they always get bigger?
Always do.
And now they're coming out of the tar pits, which is where these guys are headed. So now they get to the La Brea tar pits. They go inside the museum, and there's bones everywhere and scientific. And they run into Dr. von Struber. Who figures, and it figures some scientific fuck was to blame for all this because he was doing the research on the spiders.
It's always a fucking scientist.
But he does have some use. He does produce a map of the hive, so to say, which match the tunnels under the city. So he gives them a map to it, and he shows them the main cell, I guess you could say, where a mama tarantula is at. So we got to kill the mama lantula.
Which I got to say, stupid as shit.
Oh, yeah.
Because they say that spiders are a hive mind, which makes no sense because spiders are not a hive mind.
No, they're not.
They're what do you call it? Lone killers.
Yes.
They don't get in groups. They're not ants.
They're not.
Not ants or termites.
You're right. Not even in arachnophobia. Those little spiders did not coordinate.
No,
they just attacked
because they were all different species as well.
Exactly.
So yeah. So this is I'm sorry. At that point, I was like, okay, just whatever. Keep going. Fuck you. Whatever. Yeah.
Hey, they're radioactive spiders. Maybe they're telepathic.
Hive mind. My
Who knows?
Dick.
Well, anyway, it's time to kill the mama lantula. Then we break over to a scene with the National Guard heavily engaged in battle with the spiders. And it was funny. He's like, can you get a shot? And this one black soldier crawls under the thing. He's sitting there, and all of a sudden you see him whoosh, disappear. You don't get to see an on-screen death, but you know he's gone. Because like you said, by this time, you can see every time the spiders jump on somebody, they burst into flames. They're gone.
Yeah.
And what's funny is while these two guys are sitting there, the lieutenant and this other guy are sitting there arguing about what to do. And these are supposedly U.S. Army MPs, but they're National Guardsmen. They see this dripping shit come down on the sidewalk next to them.
Mm-hmm.
And we get a Jurassic Park line here.
Yes.
He looks up and what does he say, Chris?
Let me read exactly what I have in my note. He looks up and says the famous Jurassic Park line, "Clever girl."
Clever girl.
I have in my notes, they use the "clever girl" line. Fuck you. Because they didn't even use it correctly. Nope. And how dare you reference an even better movie for your shit movie? So fuck you. No.
Yeah. Clever girl.
Because how I mean clever, you weren't like actively like hunting her or anything.
She was hunting your
and
ass.
she just got on top of the goddamn truck. Big fucking deal. It's not very clever.
And that's it. She jumps down, and that's pretty much the spiders have taken out the National Guard.
All 6 of them.
All 6 of them. All right, now what happened? What has befallen our teenage band hiding in the warehouse? You say.
Yes, what has befallen them?
Well, they're trapped because, first of all, there's one outside blowtorching the fucking door, and it's glowing red every time he hits it. It's hilarious.
That's pretty hilarious,
but they're pinned, but at 50-50, we get 2 dead teens because, first of all, we get these cool-ass spiders. The girl finally dies. She starts to convulse. And that basically counts as a death.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, when you get bit, you get injected with spider babies.
Spider babies.
And then they eat you from inside out.
They ate you inside out. They started flooding out of her like crazy. And they jumped on the other bastard. The other little stupid teenage kid now. So the only one...
Kill 14. Kill 15.
There we go.
Yeah.
Now we're out of kill buttons.
We are out of kill buttons. I'll have to make up some more later.
We'll have to make it up. Yep. So what's cool, like I said, that comes out... The spiders come out of the girl, and they jump all over the other one, eat his ass up. If I've repeated myself, you cut that shit out or leave it in.
It's staying in.
Flying fuck. Okay, so Jordan, only teen whose name I care to note, was the girl that died. So
yes, correct.
The only one left is,
is little baby West.
Little baby West. Yep, he's on the lam, and he manages to get to the top and text his father. Finally, it goes through because the phones haven't been working all day. The whole goddamn valley's on fire.
Yeah.
There's lava flowing everywhere, and spiders are killing everybody, but yet they're worried about cell phone signal.
Well, they're trying to get a hold of their dad, man. They're trying to get a hold of their son. Where's my son?
Be a man, bitch. Be a man. Shit. Well, anyway. There you go. So we cut away from him. He starts to climb up on a roof. So what? Then they go back to the museum where a spider battle ensues of epic proportions.
Yep.
Between Goot, the doctor, Sandlot Boy, and Pirate Jack.
Pirate Jack.
Now, unfortunately, our boy Pirate Jack meets his end. That's too bad.
Yeah,
at 52:45, I put, "Yar, you're fucked, matey."
He goes to Davy Jones's locker.
He does. So we had to kill 16.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for putting that. Because I'll need to know that when I go to edit so I can actually insert them bitches in.
Yep, and then they go to a pan screen. The news people keep coming on there, and they're hilarious. But they're like looking out over the city. Oh, I'm like, L.A. destroyed on the, and I'm like, I wish.
Yeah, and I love how in the news, even though it's a big city, it's Los Angeles, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a shit ton of things going on besides the earthquake and the Lavalantulas, whatever you call them, the enchiladas, that somehow Colton West making his trek downtown to get his son and killing spiders is always the top fucking story in the news.
Colton West, because they keep interviewing people and they're all saying, Colton West, save me.
This B-level fucking actor is getting all the news stories.
But it's funny.
With all the shit going on.
Well, yeah, the whole city's melting, but no, it's Colton West. But what's funny is now we go back to the lot, I guess the movie lot, where
Sandlot?
Where Gutenberg and Sandlot Boy and all them made their way back.
They meet up the other actors and stuff.
They meet up the other actors. And what's funny, this is where Winslow and Hooks come back in. I can't remember his damn character name for Police Academy.
Who? Winslow?
Winslow. The noise.
LeVar Jones.
LeVar Jones.
Yeah.
That's right. So we got
No, I'm sorry.
Jones and Hooks.
Sorry, Lavelle Jones.
Lavelle Jones.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, they're inside sitting around with a bunch of people. Bunch of FX people and stuff like that. They're all caged up.
The crew, the heroes of the movie world.
Heroes of the movie world.
That's right. They do all the hard work.
But what's funny is you don't hear this line. It's pretty light, but you can hear it because the buzzer goes off because they show up and they're trying to get in, and you hear Winslow go, "Hey, if it's a spider, don't let them in."
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, if it's a spider, don't answer it. That's what he said. Yeah. I'm like, come on, man, that was funny. Now, they have map in hand, of course. So what they do is they overlay the map with the city, and they lay out a plan of attack. So I'm going to try to wrap this up.
Okay.
It's a long-ass movie. It's an hour and a half.
Which is not that long. It's only like 10 minutes more long than 10 minutes longer than what was it? What was last week's movie?
But at least it was enjoyable.
Yeah, what was that piece of shit last week? The Z.
The Z.
It's only like 10 minutes longer, so it's not that bad.
So what it is, they plan their attack because they have discovered through experimentation, after Peebles and Gutenberg pick up their boy and they head back, and that's when they go to the thing. I've left that fact out, but who really cares?
Yeah, who gives a shit? You don't need every single thing, yeah.
But he relays the information that nitrogen hurts the spiders or kills them or whatever. So they map out this plan. They build these bombs made out of C4 slapped onto nitrogen tanks.
Yes.
And so they go around the city. I'm just going to go ahead and do this. They go around the city and they start plunking these bombs down all these melting holes.
And then this is when we finally get Winslow and Hooks in the movie.
Involved.
Finally, yeah,
They're in it to win it.
And it's
Winslow,
great.
And I'm sitting there going, man, when is this guy going to start doing some damn noises? And sure as shit, he's got the damn
megaphone.
The megaphone.
Yeah.
And he starts making his noises and he starts doing his karate talk and all this crazy stuff. I'm like, what the hell? And that's how he is.
When I was looking him up because I wanted to check out his history because he hasn't done a lot of stuff. But at one point he was hosting a show called, what was it? Winslow's Way Back Wednesday.
Yeah.
And it was a show where he would host it and then show a movie from like the 80s.
Yeah.
That he did that for like a while on WGN or something.
And he'd do noises and stuff.
But no, not noises. But he would host and talk about a show from movie from the 80s, and then like Elvira type of thing.
Yeah.
But I was like, that's really cool, man, because he hasn't done a lot of stuff, and he's good in this movie. He's a great actor. He's very charismatic and natural, and he's naturally funny.
Yep.
But he does a lot of stand up too.
That is true. Now they get they get the bombs planted, of course, and the FX team engages the spiders in the parking lot. They start before they return, but they're engaging the spiders, and unfortunately, a few of the red shirts bite the dust.
Yeah, there's like 2 or 3, I think. That
three get burned up, for kills.
What's funny is that I have 3 listed. I have one, the driver that Hooks is driving with gets killed.
Yep.
But then the next 2 are some random dudes. But I have them in my notes that the first one is a random black dude. The second one is a random white dude.
Yep.
So at least the spiders are equally killing.
They're equal opportunity killers.
That's right.
There we go. That's awesome. It has to be.
They like white meat and dark meat.
Yes, indeed. Now, the last bomb finally goes off, and at this point, flushes Mama out of the tar pits.
Man, is she a big, ugly
a big bitch, too.
One ugly motherfucker.
Now, what's funny is they start to engage the mama spider, and they're like, holy shit, what are we going to do? But they look around and notice that Mahoney has fled the scene. And they're like, what the hell's going on?
Where's the goot gone?
And why? Why has he fled, you ask? Because sitting atop a button... Sitting atop a button? What the fuck?
That's Naden.
Yeah. Sitting on top of a building armed with the last giant C4 bomb is the Red fucking Rocket. Or as I call, Turbo Man to the rescue.
Or the wish level Rocketeer.
Exactly. So he starts flying around, of course. Very terribly
Turbo
Man style. I mean, jumping around.
Yeah.
So he basically is able to lure this big bitch while the rest are watching. Lures this big bitch up onto a building to chase him. And, of course, when she screams or opens her mouth to yell at him, he throws that fucking C4 bomb right down her and just blows her all to fucking hell.
Killing anybody in the building on that side, facing her, killing anybody in there instantly.
He didn't really think that one through,
He,
did he?
he flooded like 3 floors with fucking lava from her chest.
Yep, and then we get the mushy let's go home family moments, which is nice, but the whole city's on fire, so there's really nothing to go home to.
No, there's a lot of people out of homes right now.
Yeah. So, but I absolutely love this movie. I thought it was hilarious. The acting was great because they're experienced. The script was funny. The spiders weren't so bad. There weren't really any blood effects. There were no RTs.
Again, because it's a cable film, so
yeah. So what I did is I went with a high level brown turd. I couldn't quite gold turd this motherfucker.
You keep like adding these additional.
I know. I just say that shit. It's a brown turd.
It's a brown turd. There's no high. There's no brown
Problem
plus
is,
or brown
I don't
minus.
like the fact that I did that because I gave last week's movie a brown turd, but only barely. But this was a much better film than that was.
Yeah, but you also quite clearly, as you expressed, you gave them brown turds for both very different reasons.
That is true.
So there can be 2 films, just like we had, the shitty film and this slightly better film.
Yep.
That have the same ranking because you have different appreciations for them.
Yeah, because see, the RTs and stuff saved it last week, but we didn't have none of that.
You mean the MMA didn't save it?
No. But that's my rundown, brother. Because and the language I put on here, the language was too clean.
I actually like that a lot.
But it was funny.
It was appropriate for some reason.
It was. It was almost like watching a regular TV show.
Yeah, it really was.
Even though there was blood and there was, a little.
Well, it was like watching a 2000s or 90s TV show because even now TV shows now they allow cussing and
brutal and nudity and all that shit.
Yeah,
that's very true.
Yeah, so. It's like watching an old school TV show.
Yeah, but what is your rundown, my brother?
The acting, of course, like you said, was great, but because these guys are veterans, they know how to act.
Yep.
Even in the shittiest movie, Gutenberg been in a bunch of shit like Zeus and Roxanne and stuff. But so they know how to act. So I love the Sandlot kid. I forget his name, but I think it's Patrick something. But I follow him on Facebook. His posts are great. The CGI was terrible. The story was stupid. I hate the fact that it's in the fucking Sharknado universe, which is I hate that fucking movie. Well, okay, I don't hate it. I can't stand it. It's stupid.
Yeah.
But the story was Lavalantulas. I never would have thought about it. I never would have thought of it. It's interesting concept. It is what it is. It's sci-fi. It's Sharknado territory, whatever. I love the fact that there's no cussing because it didn't need it.
No, it did not. That is true.
I didn't miss the RTs either because it didn't need it.
Well, I kind of wanted some, but Nia Peebles isn't known for that, I don't think.
And there was no scenario in this movie where RTs would have been required or even made sense. So I am gonna go red turd. Red turd, yeah.
Damn.
I know.
Damn, last week skull, this week red.
Yeah, because and partially, well, mostly that's because this film is 100% like spoof and it knows it because it's in the same universe as Sharknado. It's never meant to be taken seriously. So like they knew they were making something stupid, so they made something stupid. It wasn't like the films we usually watch where they think they're making something really good.
Yes.
And it's unintentionally funny because it's so bad. This was intentionally funny because it's so bad.
Excellent.
The only reason it was saved from a skull turd was because of the cast.
Oh my lord.
I didn't like the spiders. The design was so, but nothing like outrageous.
I got you.
The story, like I said, was whatever, but the cast saved it from being a cult skull turd because it did have a bit of nostalgia scene. Mm-hmm. Mahoney, Hooks, and Jones back on screen, and then for a very short time, Callahan.
Yep.
But it was great to see him, and Gutenberg's not a great actor, but he's just got this charisma about him. I like it when he's on screen.
Yep.
He's fun to watch.
Yep.
He's always fucking Gutenberg. He's like Tom Cruise, who's always Tom Cruise in every movie.
Exactly.
But he's always Gutenberg in every movie, but somehow it just works.
It works.
So I'm going red turd.
Yep.
So watch it. It's free right now on Prime.
Yes, it is.
So watch it on Prime.
It's on Prime.
Absolutely.
All right, folks. If you'd like to support the show, just go to www.patreon.com/whatthesuck. We have one level the jump scare. If you just go in there, $7, you get access to all of our early episodes. You get access to the, of course, the bloopers. We have commentary tracks. We have reviews we've done over good movies and bad.
We got no chicken fucking.
No chicken fucking.
That's a different Patreon.
Now what the hell am I supposed to do with that? But anyway, we'd appreciate your support if you get a chance. Take a look at it. If you don't like it, drop off.
If you don't like it, you can quit subscribing and go find the chicken fucking one if you like it.
There you go.
If that's your thing, go for it.
That's it.
All right, guys. Until next time, this is Chris, and I will see y'all at the next Shitfest.
Yeah, and this is James. And if it ain't on what to suck, it ain't shit.
Chicken fucker.
Thank you.